Each time I come out from prison, I would tell myself, this time I go out, I will never want to come back to this miserable place, But once I step out from the prison, when I see heroin, my knees
go weak.
Literally wobbles.
Hello, my name is Isaac and I'm currently 25. I'm going to be 26. Currently working as a projects and programs executive with Architects of Life. I cannot say I represent all the youths in Singapore, but I can share my perspective on how the journey has been.
Hi, my name is Benny. I'm 63 this year. My last incarceration was about 30 years ago. I hope my sharing will be helpful to youth at risk and also to those who just came out from prison and don't know what to do.
Hi, my name is Dan. I was last released in 2005 and it has been 18 years that I've steered clear from trouble. What I hope to share today is the challenges that I faced throughout these 18 years.
It was a huge blow to me and my family. It was consumption of drugs, controlled drugs, ice in my case. I got into drug rehab, DRC, first in 2021. And that was a 6-month sentence. So after I came out, then I went back in again after a month. So it's like twice within a year, And
Wow.
8 months for that, including the sentence from the first month. So I was released in 2022, last year, June, one day before my birthday. It was kind of the universe way of telling me this is the next step in life, I'm turning 25. No longer play already, here I am now, redefining my life, my direction.
When I was 20, I was 10 over years of my life in and out of drug center, prisons.
LT last time, right?
I got no LT. I don't know what is LT some more. I don't know what is LT, because
LT is
LT
long-term.
I already left the drug scene since 1993 when I was released.
I was a heroin addict at 14, 15 years old then, 1989, 88, if I remember correctly. For more than 10 years, I was in and out of prisons. I don't have any kind of consumption conviction, only sent to drug rehabilitation twice. Then I was liable for LT when they implemented the LT, long term. In 2001, my last arrest was in October 30th, and that was also the last time I so-called administer illegal substances into my system. More than 20 years that my system is cleared of drugs. So I was arrested and charged in court in 2001 and was sentenced to 6 years and 3 strokes of the cane. And I was released in November 5th, 2005. And until today, I'm thankful that I'm still alive and doing well, yeah. Of course, I so much regret in doing what I did at the teenage years, especially. We want to make a name for ourselves in that underground world. 14, 15 years old, everybody want to be somebody. If I can turn back the time, right, I will not even come close to it. I wasted my youth, I wasted my time, I wasted my life, but I'm thankful that I'm given the opportunity to relive my life now.
Yeah, I will just be honest and say that none of us addicts, at that point of time, we never regret that we did it. We're just sorry that we got caught. I don't know any point of time that you would suddenly wake up and say, oh, it's time to quit. When you got caught, that's when the opportunity for you to wake up. I think I'd rather be the person that the universe slams on the ground and asks me to wake up, because I have better things to do rather than just stay in that loop.
And I don't want to cry over spilled milk. And if I have not gone through the experience, I would not be who I am today also. I would say no regret in a very positive sense. I'm not proud of I'm not proud of my past. But yep. I just feel that it's part and parcel of growing up to be me.
Eat laksa!
Once you step out of the prison, you got no mood to eat anything.
Exactly. I said
You thought you want to eat everything, right? But
Yeah, there's so many things
yes,
you want to do,
The
and
choice
the first thing of the smell of the carbon monoxide on the road, you already transport you into another space.
not just that. The moment I step out, the color all suddenly looks so vibrant,
Yes.
Like you've never seen these colors in your life. Like you see it with fresh eyes again.
The first thing you want to go for is the packet of cigarette. Each time I come out from prison, I would tell myself, this time I go out, I will never want to come back to this this place, this miserable place, But once I step out from the prison, when I see heroin, my knees
go weak.
literally wobbles.
Oh dear. While I was inside, throughout the 4 years plus that I stayed for my last sentence, I did a lot of reflection on my own, do a lot of research on my own. Why did people relapse? Why did I relapse? Then I realized I found out a lot of methodologies on how I can stay clear of trouble. Because I know I'm not strong enough. The biggest devil was in me, actually. I told myself the first thing that I want to do is to stay away from my friends and keep myself close to my family. That was one thing that I really wanted to do, and I actually fulfilled that.
I think the first step for all recovering addicts is that we need to be humble enough to recognize that temptations are everywhere, and it only takes one slip for us to get back into it, and it might be harder for us to crawl up the hole again.
I always say this, I believe in this. Not everybody that you meet in prison can be your friend outside.
Agree.
Yeah, not everybody. Because
inside, a lot of
they can say a lot of things.
story.
Yes. A lot of story, they own the world, blah, 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 blah. But outside, hey, borrow me $10, cannot. I met that kind of people before. I don't throw away my friends, and yes, I still, in a way, guide them or motivate them, showing what I do as a proof that it can be done and has been done.
It's like what you said, they can say all sorts of stories inside. There are those people who can really be very genuine, but we won't know the full story of what they share inside may not be what they really want us to know. But it is not the truth, it's not the real them. And for the friends that I made inside, we still keep in touch. It's nice to update once in a while and to know that we are all still
doing okay.
Yeah, I do have a group of friends from prison. I mean, every year we still go holidays.
Wow. Overseas.
We go to Spain, we go to Germany. Each one of us, you should choose your friends carefully. You know.
Yep.
And then some fellow recovering addicts are good friends also.
Yep.
So, of course, we know that this person is back on drugs. We either tell them, hey, encourage them to stop, or just walk away.
I believe all of us has very colorful journey. My journey after my release, it was never an easy one. But I told myself, I don't care. I just have something. I've already visualized what's my life gonna be, and I work towards what the tools that I have in hand, the knowledge that I've learned and I earned from prison, get myself certified in many things. I got stronger by the day, and I managed to manage myself, my inner devil, managed to tame it down. I made it here today, and I made it where I am today. I'm happy about it.
So it's not a complete journey yet, but I guess it was a journey.
Still an ongoing thing.
Yeah, it's still an ongoing thing. I think all of us are still on in different phases of our own journey. It's been nothing like what I expected or envisioned when I was inside. I wanted to go into hospitality. I would like to pursue career in the service industry. I attended a course with Architects of Life. The mission and vision aligns in the sense that they are helping ex-offenders repurpose their stories into a force for good instead of a source of shame. And that resonated with me. And now I'm where I am here speaking to you guys because of the opportunity that AO has given me to work with them, especially with youth. A lot of youths, we have a strong sense of how people view us on social media. We need to accept it before we can move on in life. And the chance is what society gives us.
1993, I tell myself, best for me to enroll myself in a halfway house there and learn how to adapt to survive in an environment that's a lot of freedom. I mean, when there's no freedom, I'm a survivor, I don't want to take chance. I want to go to halfway house and stay, maybe go outside and work, come back at night and stay. At least there's some people watching me, when I go out to work, I got freedom. I try to learn how to survive in a situation where there's freedom. For 7-8 years, I was staying in this halfway house and working as a dispatch rider. So after about 7-8 years, I saved enough money. I started a courier company, courier service.
Right.
And then from there on, with the money, I got an opportunity to partner someone to set up a restaurant. So it is part of my coming out from prison and my entrepreneurial journey. And this restaurant business, I fall flat on my face. In 2006, I was 46 years old. I actually went to UK. I worked in Jamie Oliver's restaurant for a little while. 46 years old, I became an intern, inside the kitchen, You know, where my peers are
Much
all
younger.
the 18, 19 years old, 17 years old. So when I came back, and then somehow a lot of people look at my changes. So I met some of the investors. Okay, let's start a restaurant, which I named it 18 Chefs. From there on, we actually run the chains of restaurants. At its peak, I have 14 restaurants in Singapore, one in Vancouver. Vancouver, that one, I went over there, started 18 Chefs, selling mee rebus, selling chicken rice, selling laksa, selling whatever Singapore kind of food you have. You know, it was a good business. COVID came in, and then it actually we have to force us to close that restaurant. So in 2021, I sold the business. Now I'm happily retired.
I think all the students will appreciate 18 Chefs because student meals are the best there, most value for money.
Well, for someone who fell flat on your face when you started 14 in Singapore and one in Vancouver, there's something, man. So it was a huge obstacle for me because where I live, it was a ghetto. There'd be like a lot of these friends all over the place. How did I overcome this was the MRT that I took, where I commute to work and back and fro, to my house is about a 2 minutes walk. To avoid this lane is to take another exit and take a 20 minutes detour just to avoid them. Because I know I'm not strong enough. If I meet them, I may go back to the circle.
When I released from prison, I was 33 years old. I remember during that time when I go back home, my family still not really want to accept me. During my first year free from drugs, they say, you see 1 year only free, you see the second year how . So second year, wow, still good. Second year, you see the third year, you know. 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 22 years, 26 years, 30 years. Now I think I get back that kind of acceptance. They treat me as, I think they also forget about my past already. Don't expect everybody to accept you. Who do you think you are? With that kind of attitude, nobody owes you a living. You have to go and fight a living for yourself. So I guess that I have overcome that.
When I do incarceration, I realized that words don't matter as much anymore. In DRC, you can promise whatever you want. You come out and then you go back in again. No one trusts you anymore. So you can say all you want, but no one believes you.
You have to build that trust.
Yeah.
You have to let. You don't expect people to straight away trust you.
And the obstacles are getting back and earning back the trust. When I ask to go overseas together with them, they are like, you don't talk so much first. Who knows, we book already, later you cannot go, you go back in again, then how? You cannot be angry because it's true. Within 1 month I go back in. Then how can they trust you that you can plan an overseas trip together now?
You only second time only. Third time, fourth time, fifth time, the distance will be broader.
You miss out so much in their lives,
Yes.
so I don't even know
Yes.
if they are.
I'm never afraid. Whether you accept me as a person or you don't accept me. So I know it's better for me to move around.
Correct.
And then I met one celebrity chef. I met him. He's an ex-offender. He said, Benny, next time if people ask you, don't come and say that I'm an ex-offender. No. I said, okay, I don't want to say that. Later on, I think the trend has moved. Because of me, market myself as a chef, as an ex-offender is very fashionable. A lot of people doing business, I'm an ex-offender. You know, they take this as something to make them...
They capitalize on it. When I released in 2005, I was 31. Still not married. At the point of time, I was still going out, dating and whatnot. One of the highest virtues that I hold is honesty. So I was very transparent about myself at that point of time. Same like you, I'm not ashamed. I met somebody, I just tell them, I was an ex-offender. So there are times where people got shocked and run away, of course. There are times people who are, I would say they empathize on the situation and see what they can help. My past, I can't change that. So that sticks with me. I'm not afraid of rejection. I'm a go-getter. I get it, I don't get it, move on, next. I'm like that.
As a young offender, not that young, but young offender who hasn't started the career, there's not much to lose. When I was on tagging, I don't see a reason why I need to wear long pants to go out all the time and cover it. There is no need to beg for acceptance from society. Some people who do ask, They ask it very sensitively and very nice, tactfully. I'm not afraid to share. I also feel that being honest is one of the virtues. I was lying on the cell one of the nights, and I was looking through my whole life. There were so many regrets, so many what ifs, so many what could have beens. I just told myself I'm happy with myself, and I love who I am today now. So what is there to regret? What is there to do different? Concrete flaw. And then suddenly all these things, just like this enlightenment came about. If not for those things, I would not have met the people I have met up to now. I would not have the relationships I have with the people up to now.
I don't really want to think so much about that. I'm okay with who I am, what I am, and of course I'm not very proud of my bad past of taking drugs.
My biggest regret was not completing my studies. One thing that I always wanted to do is to hold a scroll that it called degree in my hands that I can be proud of. That's one thing that I would do.
Still not too late.
Yeah, I'm doing actually. I want to have a degree someday, of course, I will.
If you see anyone on tag with tattoos, we will never know what is going on in their lives.
Ex-offender is also a human being, and then there are good chances that they can be transformed. And you look further, they might be doing better than you.
The stigma we carried along is very heavy for us to face the world, especially with our records and whatnot. The challenge that we go through is real. The psychological effect of a drug offender, ex-drug offender is real. That we are battling our addiction throughout our life is real. Help us. That's what I'm saying. Look around and don't give up. We hope to motivate you further to say that it has been done, it can be done, and it has been done. But whatever challenges that you're going through, trust me, there will be a brighter side of life, and there will be someone very much willing to support you or to back you up.
You have to set your attitude very right. First thing, remind yourself it's a very harsh truth. Nobody owes you a living.
Yep.
And at the same time, don't let anybody tell you that your prime time is over.
We may do drugs or commit crimes for any reason at all. And we don't expect everyone to understand why we did what we did. But I find that attitude, humility, honesty are all very key important traits that we can cultivate so that we can successfully reintegrate back into society. It's not so much as the topic on ex-offenders being left unsaid, but more of not everybody has the same perspective as us. Like, we cannot force our perspective on everyone out there.
It's still a taboo until today. We are responsible for our actions. He made a mistake. He answered it. He served what he's supposed to do. Communicate. There's nothing to be shy about.
When I started 18 Chef in 2007, nobody wants to hire ex-offender. I think society is right now very accommodating to ex-offender.
Very.
So an ex-offender who comes out from prison, don't worry about discrimination. People need you.
That's right.
Singaporeans are opening their mind. They are more forgiving now. Second question is actually how to get a place for them to stay. Not everybody is like you got family. If you do not have a family member who is an ex-offender, you doesn't even interested in this topic at all.
And the demographics in prison are slowly changing. It's no longer the kind of people you expect, but there are different professional people with masters, with doctorates.
Now, general public, they are aware of the second chances and whatnot, but it's about how educating family members and also general public on approach towards people that you are already known as an ex-offender. How do you speak to them? How do you talk to them? And how do you help them? You want to help people the way they want it to be helped, not the way you want to help.
For your information, I'm the first batch wearing tagging, The tagging is so big,
Pager.
No, like this, one box.